Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Lomzy. My name is Uloma Ezike. Today's video will be on off-shoulder dress for a 5-year-old baby. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do so because I upload detailed, very easy to understand sewing tutorials and DIY every week. So you go ahead and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell icon so you don't miss any of my tutorial. For today's video, let's go sewing. For this off-shoulder dress, the amount of fabric we'll be using is 60 inches and you fold it in two. So when you fold in two, you will get 30 inches. And that's what I have there. So the measurement we are going to be using for, this is for a 5-year-old child. So the chest is a standard 5-year-old child. You know, children come in different sizes. Some can be 5 years old and they would want to wear, they'll be wearing like 7 years old child dress, so things like that. But this size I'm using is a standard. The child is not too big, she's not too small, she's just moderate 5-year-old child. So the chest we're using is 23 inches, the armhole depth is 6 inches, and the length of the dress we are going to be using is 27 inches, and that's just what we need for this tutorial. So I am going to be folding my fabric in a flare manner. It's not a full flare, you know, so I will fold it like so. If I do it like this, I will not get the amount of flare that I need. That's why I want to do it this way. If you want it fuller, you can make the length of fabric you're using to be fuller than this. Like I have made mine to be 60 inches. You can now make your own to be maybe 70 inches and you now fold it in two. You know what I mean? If you fold it in two, you're going to be getting 35 inches or thereabouts. So it depends on how full you want it. But if it's for what we have on the thumbnail, this would do. So I am going to be folding it like this, and the next thing I will do is to get the straight line where I'll be working from. You know, we have folded this in flare manner like this, so you can't just get a straight line like that. So I am going to be showing you that. Then the next thing we have to do for us to get that, if you don't have a square ruler, not to worry, it's very simple. Just fold your fabric like this, and you get the length of dress you're working with. So let's say I am using 28 inches. I am going to be shifting this till is 28 inches like that. So this is the length, amount of fabric, the length of fabric I want. This is not the length of the dress. This is the length of the amount of fabric I want. 28 inches, that's what I want to be working from. So I have to cut this out. Mind you, I'm not cutting it to the end. I'm cutting it exactly where this end. When you're touching it, you will feel where it stops, and you stop there. So this is what we're going to be working with. We are going to be saving this for the sleeve. So I will start from here. First of all, I want to get the length of my dress. So I want to, you know, take this. I will have 28 inches here. So I am going to be taking this round like that to get my 28 inches length of fabric that I need. So what I usually do is just hold this there and mark it like that. Yeah, I hope you can see, guys. Okay, let me cut this out so that you see what I am making. And I'm going to be cutting this off this way. Yeah, so now this is the block I'm working with. So what I want to do, remember that the dress has elastic, so I am going to be taking in some inches for my elastic casing, and I want to take in, if you want, you can take it in like this. My elastic casing I want to use is 1 inch, so I am going to be taking in 1.25 so that the casing would move freely. So I have 1.25 here, exactly 1.25 here, like that. I can take it like this, or I can just fold it in like so. Once I have it folded like this, then I can start with my cutting. You know that this dress is elasticated, and for us to have the elastic on the shoulder, I have to get some inches here for us to be able to gather, right? So what I would do is I will start my measurement from this way. The body we're working with is 23 inches, and we divide that by 4, we'll have 5.75. I will add 0.25 easing allowance to that, which will give me 6 inches, plus ½ inch sewing allowance, which is 6.5, right? So I will mark that here like that. You can see. So this side will help us to elasticate this fabric. So this is the place we are starting with now. This is the center front for us. So I want to give you the basics so that you will be able to adapt it to any situation. Even if it's an adult dress, you will be able to adapt it to it. That's why I'm showing you this way. So by the time you start from here, this is now our new center line. You divide your shoulder line by 2. The shoulder line is 10 inches, and we divide that by 2. What we will get is 5 inches, and I will mark that there, 5 inches. So for the off shoulder, I want to take away 3 inches, so I'm going to be taking it away from there. 3 inches, that's what I'm taking away from the off shoulder. So I am going to be marking this 6. Remember, our armhole depth is 6 inches, so I'm going to be marking it there like that. So this is what you have here, like so, right? Good. But because it's an off shoulder, I want to come in a bit, 1 inch, like here. So I am going to be connecting this like so, here like that. We can now cut out our bodice block for the off shoulder dress. So I'll cut this here like that. When you turn this out, your casing is still there. You know, if you notice there's a sharp corner here, if I hadn't folded this like this, and I cut it straight, you see this one, I'll have an awful this thing here. So that's why you have to make sure you keep it like that. Fold in your hemming allowance and cut so that you have a very nice finishing. So now remember, this place hasn't been cut open, so I'm going to be cutting it open like that. I have to do, let me show you guys how full this is. You see how full it is? Yes. So the next thing we have to do is to cut the sleeve, right? Yes. The sleeve is one of the simplest things to do. So from the leftover that we got, that's what we are going to be cutting from. So you fold like so. So the length I want to work with is 24 inches. Yes, I'm working with 24 inches because I want a situation whereby by the time I elasticate this and pull it up, it will now be in the normal sleeve length. So I am using length 24 inches. I am going to be cutting this off here. And then I will get a straight line. So even if you don't have these pieces like this with you, you can just do, if you have always listened to watch my videos, you would notice the principles of gathering. For you to gather on something, you have to double the original size of that thing. For instance, this baby sleeve round is 7 inches, and I'm going to be making double that. 2 times that, it will be 14 inches, right? Yes, so 14 inches divided by 2 will give us 7. So that's what we have here, plus the sewing allowance, which is ½ inch. that's what I have here. And so this is going to be what I'm using for the sleeve. So like I told you, the sleeve is one of the easiest things to cut. All you need to do is just place this here. Let me cut this open. So you just place this. Remember, this is on fold. The side that is on fold will be in, and this will be on the side seam like that, because this is where you're joining the fabric, right? So I am going to be just placing this like this. Don't mind this thing that is here. Just make sure this is at the edge and this is lying flat. So these are the two things you have to be mindful of. This place will lie flat, this will touch here. It doesn't matter what is happening under here, just leave it like that, and you cut round this place. So let's cut this like that. Yeah. So once we have that, this is what we have here, like this. So that's how you join this. The first thing you do is get the main fabric, the bodies of the fabric, then the sleeve, right sides facing together, you join the armhole. So bodies, sleeve, again bodies, you join right side facing together, and again right sides facing together, you join the sleeve. So bodies, sleeve, bodies, sleeve, and the remaining one, which is this one, you add it back to this. That's how you're going to be doing it. So let me go and do that and show you what I mean. See, and I have also folded it. See, you go ahead and overlock this. When you overlock it, you sew exactly at the tip so that you have a very clean finishing. You know I like a modern clean finishing, so you make sure you have a clean finishing like this. And I have left an opening where I'm going to be passing my elastic from. So again, on the sleeve, I have already added elastic to the sleeve. If you can see the elastic on it. So how you sew this elastic on it is from the hem, you measure how many inches you want the frills or whatever to be. I measured 5 inches because I am going to be folding the hem. I'm going to be taking in 1.5 inches like this. By the time I take that inch, I will have this left. So what I did to insert this elastic was, after marking the measurement I want, like I wanted 5 inches, so I marked 5 inches all the way, and I put my elastic on it, pulled it straight like that, and I was sewing it. You see how it is? So once you finish sewing it, draw the elastic to the elastic limit, if you understand what I mean. So when you draw it like that, you sew on it. By the time you're done, it will come back and be gathered like that. So once you have this on, you go ahead and close the side. And again, let me give you another tip to make sure you have your hemline very, very neat. Just like you did on the upper part, just like I wove this place, you overlock or you weave yours too. You weave the hemline and you just fold in 1/2 inch like so. That way your job is very, very neat. It's looking very, very neat. So if you want to join my online class where I teach sewing tutorials, both pattern drafting and freehand cutting, you can check that in the description section below, where I'll be dropping the links to my social media handles. And also, if you have any picture you want to share with me, you can join my Facebook group. I'll be dropping the link in the description section below. So you'll be able to share any picture you want me to make, a video you want me to make. Thank you, bye bye, and God bless.